Welcome to the Heartthrob Handlers Book Club,
where each month, we, your devoted Heartthrob Handlers, Nat and Jo, dive deep into your favorite romance reads
on a relentless quest to find the ultimate literary heartthrob.
So, grab your Kindle, your emotional support water bottle,
and get ready for some serious heartthrob handling.
Welcome to this month's Heartthrob Handlers podcast, book club, all the things. We are, you know what? You already heard the intro. I don't need to expound on it.
No, it's fine. This is great.
We are your handlers, Nat and Jo, and as we will every month, we're going to talk a little bit about our book club picks. If you were on the fantasy side with me, then you read Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan. And if you were on the modern romance side, then you read Detour by
Marie.
Yes. And so we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to each have 5 minutes to talk a little bit about the book and explain why our heartthrob is actually the superior heartthrob, the heartthrob to end all heartthrobs.
I'm going to sell this. I'm ready.
We came prepared with receipts, with notes, and so we're going to hop right into it. So without further ado, Nat, talk a little bit about your pick of the month.
So I picked Detour. As you can see, I've got it on my phone because I am that unhinged e-reader who does read on their phone sometimes. So, Detour. It's Marie's debut novel. This is book 1 in her Creekwood series. It's a new adult romance. We have forced proximity, biker boy, he falls first, found family, delicious slow burn. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this, Jo.
That's everything.
Right? Even the dedication for the ones who laugh through the pain simply because there's no other choice. Literally, in my Kindle notes, I wrote, damn, I feel that. So I already knew I was going to enjoy this. So, our story centers around our FMC, Angela. She's 18 years old, and she wants to escape the clutches of her abusive mum. And she works really hard. School, job, she's never not working. And she manages to save up for an apartment. Well, it's more of a box room in an apartment complex. And she just wants to graduate high school. She wants to work. She wants to get her life ready. She wants to be independent. But aren't they the famous last words when you want to lay low? Because her 3 neighbors do not let her lay low.
And they're hot. I bet they're hot.
Sorry, I will correct that to her 3 insanely hot neighbors. So we have Cotty, who is our main love interest. Interesting name, which already I was like, ooh. We have Beckett, who is the golden boy of the group. Genuinely, like, some of his t-shirts that he wears are brilliant, so funny. And then we have Mark, who's the broody silent type. So they're all super hot, and they all ride motorcycles, really hot motorcycles. They share a brotherly bond. They are a found family. They are a chosen family.
This is so good.
Right? They're a chosen family, and they are just, their camaraderie as a group is just beautiful. I want to be their friend desperately. I really want to be part of this group. Living in that house must be so much fun. So throughout the novel, we have Angela. She's trying to resist Cotty because as soon as he meets her, and it's like 3 a.m, she's gone to bang on their door because the party is just too loud. And our girl's got to work. She's got to go to school. Beckett opens the door, high as a kite, no shirt, 8-pack, over 6 foot, blonde hair hottie. So immediately I'm like, I'm going to enjoy this. And then we see Cotty sitting on the couch. He's the tall, dark, and handsome type. He's got the mysterious edge, although Mark is even more mysterious. But we're focusing on Cotty for now. He's got tattoos. He's delicious. So he's immediately captivated by her because she is mysterious. She's not giving anything away. She's guarded. And he's used to women just dropping as soon as they see him. And she resists. But that camaraderie, that warmth of those 3 boys draws her in. She starts to find her own family. And Cotty, he breaks down her walls so hard because he's protective, but he's not possessive. His instinct is to make her feel safe, but not to push it on her, which immediately, I just love that. He's grounded. He's emotionally aware. We love an emotionally aware man because that's hard to find in real life.
Surprisingly is.
Among his friends, he's reliable, thoughtful, strong. He's like your anchor in a storm. Is that the phrase? Anchor in a
Yeah.
storm?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right because it's anchor in a storm.
Little boat.
Little boat. Yeah.
Anchor.
He's loyal to a fault. He brings balance. He gives a bit of quiet leadership, but he's still got an edge. He's still fun and spontaneous, which we love. I think what I loved most about it is their chemistry was really natural, Angela and Cotty. Like, it's something you'd want in real life. He offers her support, but doesn't force what he wants her to do on her. He gives her that independence while still genuinely just caring for her. And it's just beautiful, and it's lovely, and it's self-discovery, and it's really beautiful. And I have some quotes that just ended me. So I'm going to go with the first one. So it's her birthday, right? And outside the apartment complex, they have like neon lights everywhere. And he says, "We did this for you. We wanted to show you that even in the dark, there's light to be found. And if there isn't, then I can always make some." And he snaps the glow stick bracelet and puts it on her wrist. Come on! That man! That is just game on top of game on top of game.
That's good stuff.
That's really good, right?
That's good stuff.
And then we've got a little short but sweet one. "Your one challenge I'll never forfeit." Come on.
That's
Okay.
good.
And then we've got this one. This ended me when she was asking whether they are like boyfriend label, because it's she who asks that, not him. She's the one who's asking for is this what we are? Like, what are we? And he says, "We're all broken in some way or another. That's what binds us together. Finding someone you trust enough to protect the pieces that need it most. I can't promise you perfect because I'm not perfect. I can't promise you easy because it won't be. But I can promise to be here for you through it all, no matter what, loving you in any way you'll allow me for as long as I'm breathing. Whether that makes you my girlfriend or not is up to you, but my feelings remain the same. I see your wreckage and want to fix my own so I can be the armor yours is missing."
I
That
love
sounds
a
like
little
a freaking marriage proposal, and that's just him
I love a little
monologue. I love it. And then to end it in the epilogue, and I do love it when like the book's title all comes together. And she was on a really bumpy detour that ultimately led her right to Creekwood, right to me, which is exactly where she's supposed to be, where she was always going to end up. Life just gave her a longer route to reach me. She took the scenic route.
It's very sweet. Which I honestly
It's sweet.
was expecting it to be a bit darker for some reason.
It is. I would not define this as a dark romance. I would just define this as a good old contemporary romance.
I like it.
And I think it's rare to find like, the biker boy archetype not in a dark romance. So for people who don't love dark romance, you can still get your biker boy, ladies.
He's waiting.
And there's two others. You might, if Cotty's not for you, Beckett might be, Mark might be. You got a whole series here, guys.
I love that. Very good.
That's my pitch. That's my sales pitch.
Wow. I see your sales pitch.
You're going to raise me.
I raise you. The men in this book. So, Long Live Evil by Sarah Reese Brennan is one of the most unique fantasies I have read in a while. You enjoyed if you read with me, I highly recommend to read Assistant to the Villain. Very similar vibes. It's a story writing style that doesn't take itself too seriously. It is a commentary on the genre in some ways. The basic premise of the book is that the main character, Ray, she is dying. And so, trigger warning for medical trauma. Ray has terminal cancer and her time is running out. And as her life is winding down, her sister and her bond over their love of this series called Time of Iron, which is a fantasy novel series. And her sister comes and reads it to her. And she half pays attention, half not, but she likes it. And her sister is obsessed with it. And so in her living life, she is obsessed with this character called the Emperor, who is this dark villain of the series. And the woman that he loves dies, and he will stop at nothing to avenge her. And she's like, that's so beautiful and romantic. And her sister's like, he's the bad guy. And she's like, but like, he literally forces, this is like very dark, but he forces all of her enemies to kiss her feet, her dead body, like her feet. Because he's like, you took her from me and now you're going to bow to her body.
He's like a burn the world down.
Yeah, very much. She's one of us. She's one of us girlies. So she gets in an argument with her sister, and her sister leaves the hospital and she's there alone. She falls asleep. And when she wakes up, there's a mysterious woman that's sitting by her bedside and is like, Ray, your time is up. But what if I offered you an alternative? What if when you walked out those doors, you walked into this story and you have 1 month to get the flower of life and death. And if you can manage to get this magical item, then you're going to come back to the real world alive. You're going to be healed of your cancer and everything's going to be the way that it should. And she's like, right, whatever. She goes through the door and wakes up in the body of a character in this story. She's like, what if it's real? Except she's not the main character of the story. She's the villain. He wakes up as the villain of the story at the time in the story when the next morning she is due to be executed. So she has to form a plan in order to escape her execution and somehow manage to get this heavily guarded magical item before the king gets to it so that she can live in the real world.
They were like, we're not living this easy.
So her body in the real world is in this coma, and in the Time of Iron world, she is a completely different person. So she's been like really sick. So now she's not sick anymore, and she's like
has energy and can run. And
yes. If you're chronically ill girly, then you will find much catharsis in this book. But also, she's read the books, so she knows what's going to happen. So she is literally changing the plot of the book as she goes and she's in her villain era. She's like, you know, life isn't basically like life isn't fair. But I'm going to do whatever it takes to stay alive. And I don't care if that means I have to trample on other people. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So she's in her villain era. She's in her reputation era.
We love that. Oh, yeah.
And her outfits on the cover, if you're listening, it's like a white dress and everything is like snakes, and her dresses look like blood is dripping off of them. It's very
God. This is such Chrissy vibes. Chrissy Constanat. I can never pronounce her last name right. But Chrissy from Against the Current, this is super her vibes.
And so you have this era, and also you're in her head. So she's like a modern girl. And so it's kind of funny. She'll have these moments where she's like, oh my gosh, I'm from New York City or whatever. And they're like, what are you talking about? And she's like, never mind. So it's very there are a lot of silly moments, but because she's in the story at the beginning of the book, she doesn't take it seriously. So she's like, who cares? Like, it's a bunch of characters. But it's more than that. And basically she's like, you know, believe in something, you know, to all collectively believe in something like books. Maybe it makes it real. And so if you are a book lover, especially like ACOTAR type of girly, it is like, what if you stepped into your favorite story? So she immediately tries to escape and meets a guard who is the hero of the cauldron, is what they are calling him. And the cauldron is like this like underbelly of the city, and they rescue someone. I don't want to give too much away, but essentially is elevated from this like rank to being a king's guard, except the king doesn't really like him, so he puts him guarding the one person that is going to be executed, because when they're executed, their guard and lady in waiting, they all get executed with them. So he basically is like, yeah, you be a guard with this girl that I'm gonna kill, so you're gonna die anyway, because he doesn't like him. His name is Key. This guard's name is Key, and he is dark and broody, and he's...
Is this our heartthrob?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this man was, when I started this book, I'm like, he's a minor character. Who cares? Like, he's gonna die. No. She's so stupid. She's like, oh my gosh, like, I must really look up to me as, like, basically, as she decides in the very beginning, she's like, I'm evil. Just so we're all aware, like, I'm an evil villain. You're my minions. So that's what this is going to be now. You're my minion. And she calls them minions. She'll be like, minions with me, like, very. So he takes a blood oath to her, essentially. And he's like, just funsies, like, just to see what's going to happen. So he takes a blood oath to her, and she's like, yeah, like, for a year and a day, you're going to be my little minion. And so he takes this oath to her. And the maid is like, why would you do that? And he's like, I don't know, just for fun. Like, very, like, just see what happens.
I'm gonna die anyway.
But he also, in many scenes, very early in the book, shows that he is a killing machine, and everybody's kind of scared of him. Like,
okay,
because he's kind of spooky. So
I love that.
I can't say too much else without giving away a lot of the book.
Have a character description.
Tall, dark, handsome, dark, long hair. Think Cassian. Think like he's like a rogue. Yeah, like a
and he's with a little spooky vibes.
Yeah,
he's like best fighter in the universe.
Yeah, he's a henchman. He's like, I'm gonna protect her no matter the cost. So there are multiple guys in this book. There's the king, who's kind of handsome, and then there's goldeny type of guy who's like much Prince Charming, and he's like, I'm not gonna kill, I'm a scholar. And then there's another character named the Cobra, and the Cobra, I don't want to give too much away, but he's a very interesting character, and he's very much like Helion vibes, jewels and braids and stuff. Very interesting. But Key is the one you think he's a nobody, but it turns out he's not nobody. Okay, I have brought from Key,
and they end up together.
Can't say anything.
You can't say.
Just know it gets really complicated. Here are some of my favorite Key moments.
Okay, ready.
Let's see, which one? My universe is altered by your wishes, and you never want him to touch you again. My universe is altered by your wishes?
Okay.
We're gonna take it up a notch. She curled her fingers under the blood-slick straps of his armor. His cracked leather gloves caught on her hair. You don't have to kill if you don't like it, Key promised. I'll kill them for you. Kill who? Against her hair, she felt his mouth curve. Everyone.
Good. That's some good stuff.
You guys, you gotta let us know in the comments who you think wins this matchup. Is it a trio of broody biker boys, golden retrievers, or is it one villainous little killer? Let us know down below. Who's your pick? We will leave it to all of you to decide. How many stars would you give your book?
I would give my book 4.5. I enjoyed it, like every minute of it. I'm looking forward to like the next ones, and it's just really sweet with that added like trigger warnings, beware like abuse going on, psychological, physical, sexual harassment, like beware of your triggers. But I love a good found family. Like it warms you. They're biker boys, so
love that.
Yeah.
Nothing warm about this book.
Cold-blooded murder.
Cold-blooded as hell. Would give this a 4.5 as well. The only thing in this book that struggled with at all was like is a whiplash with it's modern and she's in this book, but then there also is a positive. So like one that I will reread. It's so good. I highly recommend it if you love fantasy and you want something fresh. This is the one. It's very fresh, but you want a man that will burn the world, but also a girl that will burn, like they don't care. They're like, kill them all, and like people are dying, and she's like, that's unfortunate. It's like that, and this book, it's really, really good. If you like kind of making fun of tropes a little bit, where it's like,
yeah. I think I'm probably never going to say this again about a book I read. So if you're going to pick mine, pick this one. But the spice is quite mild, so if you're not like a huge spice person, you will still enjoy this.
Same on Long Live Evil. It was not a highly like spice book. It was definitely like a mild. It was like out of
how
one.
are we doing out of 5 chili peppers or out of 3? What are we
I
saying?
think 5. So
Okay.
4.5 stars for each of us. I will give this probably a 2.5 chili peppers.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe 2.5, 3 chili peppers.
Yeah. Not the spice. It's got a lot of tension and a lot of hot moments, but definitely not like a clutch your pearls. This is one you can read it in public and people are only going to give you weird looks because you're going to be laughing out loud with this one. That would make you blush in public.
I think there's definitely some scenes that might make you blush, but they're not like explicit, and there's not too many of them either. So that's why I say 3 chili peppers.
3. Yeah. So those are our picks for this month. If you read along with us, make sure that you go and you leave all your thoughts in the Discord, which Nat can touch a little bit on how that works.
So we have our own little mini Discord channel within the Voila Discord channel. If you haven't heard of Voila, go listen to their music right now. It's amazing and it's so good, and there's not one bad song, so just go and listen right now. Then come back here and listen to the rest of this. Into their Discord, we have the Heartthrob House School mini channel, and in that we have our Heartthrob Hangout, where we've actually already had some really cool discussions with people in the Discord on who their favorite book boyfriends are. I have some fellow Rena Kent readers in there, which I immediately got very excited about. Loads of fun. And following this podcast drop on May 2nd, are you ready? On May 2nd, jump into the Discord with us, where we will be there live.
You can hop in the chat and talk with us.
Yes.
Instead of us talking at you about the book.
Yeah. If you're enjoying this episode, remember, go follow the Heartthrob House Call Instagram and come over and join our Discord. You'll find all the links in our bio. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
What we talked about today, and it being our first episode, we thought it would be good for us to take a moment to talk about what do star ratings, chili pepper ratings, all of that mean to each of us, so that when you listen to these or you join the book club Discord, then you'll know what we're talking about. When I say a 5-star, this is the checklist of things that it has to meet for Joe or for Nat in order to get the honor of
a little checklist.
Yeah. Oh, I have my little glasses I push up, and I have my little notebook.
I can do that for you.
Oh, and so it is a 1 star. What does that mean to us? So I will start us off. We will start at the bottom. What is 1 star?
1 star.
1 pepper. So 1 star to me is DNF'd for reasons either that were personal, because I can't handle it, a trigger warning that wasn't specified, maybe, that I get in and I'm like, whoa. Or if the content is so offensive that I am like, I can't read this morally. It has to be pretty low to get a 1 star rating from me. I am generous with my 3 stars that I pass out. I have to pretty much not finish the book at all to get a 1 star rating.
Okay.
Or read the whole thing. It's like so bad. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever read. Unreadable.
2 stars. 2 stars. What are we saying?
What's your 2 stars? Have you ever
For
given
me, I have. I have given 2 stars. Quite a lot, actually. I think 2 stars for me is I felt like I kept reading to finish it, because I'm not someone, I will never not finish something I start reading. Even if I hate it, I will read it to the end. I cannot finish something. And the star to me is like, okay, yeah, a couple times, like smiled at times, but I really had to push to get to the end of this book.
It's fair.
That's my 2 star. Yeah.
I think a 3 star for me is it was good. It didn't make me excited. It was good, but I wasn't like enthralled. I wasn't on the edge of my seat. And
it leaves that lasting impression.
Yeah. And it had good moments. And maybe it was a solid piece of literature. This is a solid book. It's got good points. The characters are okay, but not something that I connected to beyond that. And maybe it'd be a book that if someone asked me if they should read it, I would recommend. But if someone asked me for a general book recommendation, it's not going to be the first like pick out of hat for me where I'm like, that's it. And it's not a book I would reread again. That's a very specific point for me on 3s up to 4s is it's not a book I would read again, but not a book I wouldn't recommend, if that makes sense.
No, I'm completely with you. That's basically my 3-star. Like, it was a good book. I enjoyed reading it, but I probably wouldn't reread it again. So it's got 3. Like, I would never, like, if someone said, oh, have you read whatever the book was, would you recommend it? I'd say yes. Like you said, like, it was a good book. I enjoyed my time reading it, but I probably wouldn't read it again and again.
Yeah.
So, but it was good.
Yeah. What's your star?
My 4-star? Okay. So my star is the book was, like, good. Like, I had good moments. And I would probably reread it again. Probably is the key word there.
Yeah.
So it's I think I would reread again. I might not, but I probably would. And it's 4-star means it was fantastic. There's just something that was missing. There's just something that didn't push it over that edge.
Fair. I think this is where with fantasy specifically, I get really in the weeds about my 4s and 5s. Because to me, 4s are like, maybe the story is like really great. The characters have depth. But for me, the world building or magic system wasn't there. Or vice versa, where I'm like immersed in this. And like I can see the magic system working and I can see the political system and stuff. But the characters, that's going to be a 4-star for me. But a 5-star, a perfect 5-star.
This to hear everyone, because Jo is a notoriously picky reader, especially when it comes to modern romance.
I am very okay. I'll
give your general 5-star and then give your modern romance 5-star. That's what I want to know.
My general 5-star is I will reread it.
Yeah,
will. If someone asks me, which I get this question a lot, Jo, I want to get into reading fantasy. What book do I read? That's the first one that I pick out of the hat. That is a 4.5 to 5 for me. So, and I have very, very specific intro to fantasy books that I pull from for specific reasons, and specific orders. And we can talk another time. But
we will, definitely. I'm intrigued.
5-star has to have me so pulled into the story that nothing around me is going on. I am lost to this world and I am in the story. This is a book that has me up at night. This is a book that has me thinking about the theories and has connecting very deeply. I am a crier. I will cry if you so much as if a book looks at me the wrong way, I will cry. So for me, with books, if there is a strong emotional response, which is pretty easy to get from me, then if I'm agonizing over it, it's a 5-star. Even if I'm like, I hate what I'm agonizing over, if it is emotional enough for me, then I'm like, this is good writing. And a 5-star to me, this is where I get a little writery, is it has to be transformative. What is this transforming in me? Even if it is, I'm having a good time and I'm remembering the fun in reading, that to me is transformative. That's why Ice Planet Barbarians is a 5-star read for me, because it is transformative and that I remember life is not that serious and it's okay to just read a big blue alien book and like really enjoy it. So I'm pretty giving with that. But it has to transform me. I want to leave the book feeling like a different person. That is a 5-star. Modern romance.
I need to hear.
Okay. So
I'm ready. I'm getting it in, everyone.
Now, one of the things for me is I do not want to, don't tell me. That is my main thing with modern romance and giving out 5 stars is I feel sometimes.
That's the writer in you, 100,000%.
Sometimes in modern romance, we have these moments where it's like, especially when it's in, I don't want to call it a specific book, when it's from the male perspective, it'll be like, yeah, and I lift weights, so I'm pretty strong. Like, it's kind of has that vibe. Like, the rest of this book is so great, but as soon as I'm in his head, I want to barf. Yeah, you have to differentiate this man from every other man that I know in the real world. So you like modern romance does face that challenge of like, how is this guy any different than any that I know? But I don't need you to tell me. I need you to show.
I'd like to know how many 6'4", 8-pack guys that you know.
But that's what I want to hear.
Do you know, Jo? And it's you're holding out on me.
My thing is, don't tell me, wow, he's so hot. Wait, he's so buff. Show me. Show me that he's strong. And when it comes to chili peppers, I feel like we can knock these out pretty fast. Like 1 star is one pepper is like they hold hands. Maybe they share
hands.
Hold hands. Maybe they share a kiss. Maybe there's a little.
I'm really interested to hear your spice compared to mine now. This is going to be funny.
Well, I read some crazy stuff. Okay, 2 star is like two spicy chili peppers. Like there is a sex scene. It's not a fade to black, but it is pretty. It's like vanilla. You know what I mean?
Dictionary.
Okay, love hypothesis to me. 2 chili pepper. That's like a. It's like there it happens. It's good, but 3 chili peppers is like a sex scene happens. There's something interesting there. There's something strange afoot. Bride. Okay, 3 chili peppers.
It's pinky. Is that what you're saying? That's when it goes up to you. Okay.
Bride, unlike other alpha omega verse, that would be more of a 4-5 star. Bride by Alex Wood, it's just normal sex, but then there's like a nodding scene. Okay, that's 3 peppers. That's not that crazy.
Okay.
That's 2 bordering. 4 chili peppers is like, this is a kinky book. Okay, there's some weird stuff on. Maybe he's chasing her through the woods. There's some kind of like kink element to the book. Yeah. Or there's something alien romance where it's like, it's not just like normal sex and there's one
I just think of The Shape of Water like immediately when you say it.
Okay, so yeah.
That was experience.
Things are weird. They're strange, not weird. Things are not vanilla in any way, and it's not just like one weird thing. There's a lot of stuff going on. 5 chili peppers is like violence is happening. Crazy stuff is happening in every page. We are at like maximum overdrive. This is every chapter is ending a foursome. This is like that's 5 chili peppers. And I'm going to be honest, I read a lot of those.
Okay, so your chili pepper ratings seem to be based on like levels of kink.
Yeah, I think, well, and also I would say the nuance there is if it's vanilla. Okay, so like if there's like something a little off, like Priest. Okay, Priest is a modern romance.
Yeah, I've read one. I'm excited to now.
Yeah, oh, it's so good. So it has
not
like
that I'm religious.
Sex itself is vanilla, but it's happening a lot.
Okay.
And it has this like, taboo. So then I would like a 4.
So yeah, for me, chili peppers, almost said that. Chili peppers on amounts.
Yeah.
So I mean, my pinky, but there's only like 2 scenes. I still give that like 2 chili peppers.
Yeah, no,
for me, it's barely there.
Amount is very relevant.
So to me, it's amount. Like the Lord series by Chantil Tessier, this book of hers is going to be 5 chili peppers because it's, I mean, they're such good books. But like, there's a lot in that.
In fantasy, it's a lot of like code words as well. They're used like the modern like automatically bump it a chili pepper rating for me. So a lot of my modern romance ratings be a little hotter than fantasy because it's not like my center, like that's a verbiage, like automatically like PG's out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, there's certain ones.
They're crazy.
There's a new one. I have to get this in really quick because I want to see your reaction, and I guess for those listening here. But I've like read this more and more and more. I want to see if you find it as I do. His Seed.
Yeah, no, yeah. Spilled a seed, dude.
Why?
We're farmers out here, I guess.
I keep reading it, and I'm like, stop saying that.
Speed and Throbbing Center, Throbbing in general are just the two that I've seen a lot of recently. And then I'm like, we've got to stop planting our seeds and we've got to stop throbbing. We have got to stop. It's time to stop. And now that I've said that, I guarantee that the word throbbing is probably in my book. Now that I've said that.
I'm quite confident that it's not in mine.
Well, if it is...
Like, oh no, I've got more editing to this.
If it is, I stand by it. If it's not, I was right. For all those listening, we're going to be announcing our next reads after this month's in the Discord and on our Instagram, so make sure that you're following us all the places. Come join us on May 2nd for our live, where we're going to talk about these. And until then, that concludes our first episode ever of Heartthrob.
Oh my god.
Podcast Book Club.
That's insane.
Yay!
That's like such a milestone. Woohoo!
Oh, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this month's episode. Don't forget to join our Discord channel in the Voila Discord and follow us on socials at Heartthrob Housecall. While you're there, check out the link in our bio for merch that celebrates your favorite book boyfriends. See you next month for more Heartthrob Handling.